Hello everyone, today I'm going to be talking about my TED Ed assignment and the five points that we need to cover. So the 5 points are watch, think, deep, I'm sorry, watch, think, dig deeper, discuss, and then finally. So for the first portion, I'm covering Texas history. So for the first portion, it's the land and its first people. So the Texas's first people were the Native Americans that owned the land. They hunted mainly, and they hunted and fished. They mainly hunted deer and other things native to the land. Deer was a very big source for them. Also, fishing along the coastlines in Houston area now, or along the Gulf of Mexico now, was also very used a lot, and also the lakes. The Native Americans were very big fishermen in Texas. So those are the first people, and this is the map of prehistoric Texas. And what they use, they also farmed. They learned how to farm on the different soils in Texas, all the different areas, the sandy soils. In West Texas, the super wind, how to factor in the wind wasn't there as much as you can see. They were mainly south, like Austin area today, San Antonio area today, that area, and then right here along the coastline was another big source for them. So, other things they did in Texas, they had the wars later. 1845, Texas became the 28th state. Um, the Republic of Texas then wanted the state to look something like this. It's covering Texas. Then is covering over half of New Mexico, Colorado, a little bit of Oklahoma, a little bit of Kansas, all the way up to Wyoming. So then that's what Republic of Texas wanted, but they narrowed it down to what it is today. So, for the think, what early groups or events do you think had the biggest influence on shaping modern Texas? In my opinion, I think Native Americans had a very big group. How to farm, how to trade, how to grow crops, how to fish and hunt and gather, all those things, I think they had a huge impact on Texas. And another question was how the geography, the rivers, the flat plains in West Texas, the coastlines in Southeast Texas, how did that help them hunt? I believe that helped them hunt tremendously. Because you have the coastline, you have unlimited fishing there. There wasn't any laws then with the Native Americans on how many fish you could take, and they conformed these traps that would trap these fish, and they would feed their villages very well. So for dig deeper, the documents like Texas Declaration of Independence was made in 1936. That would help you dig deeper, just really diving into that. And then the letters from different things, like the letters from the Mexican rule or Sam Houston's messages, during when he led the army of the Republic of Texas. So for a discussion, an in-class discussion you could have would be, was the Texas Revolution inevitable? Inevitable. Oh, what's there some causes that can confirm this? I think it was inevitable. I'm sorry, because just looking at it over time, how things just started escalating and escalating and escalating. As you can tell, it's kind of known for people in the South to not take a whole lot of crud, and I think it was showed there. Another discussion you could have. I like this one a whole lot more that I found. Was how do the state identify symbols such as the flag, different stories in the Alamo? How does that shape Texas history, and how does it give it the recognition? Say, because Texas is the only state in the United States that has once been its own country. That's a reason for this, is why the United States flag and the Texas state flag can be on the same level. No other flag is allowed to be the same height as the United States flag other than the Texas flag. So I think that's another representation of that. And then the Alamo was arguably one of the biggest battles in Texas to set up for other battles. The Battle of Alamo took place in San Antonio, Texas, as most everyone knows. And then another battle that also took place, where this flag comes from, the "Come and Take It" flag, was the Battle of Gonzales, which is about 45 minutes east of San Antonio on their way to the Alamo. This flag was made from the United States, or I'm sorry, the Republic of Texas stole a cannon, and the Mexican army wanted their cannon back, so they made this little flag. The women in Gonzales made this flag basically saying, "You want your cannon? Come take it. We'll fight you for it." And that's exactly what they did. So finally, to wrap up this reflective writing, finally to wrap up, you can do something like reflective writing, putting your shoes in like a settler in 1930s, or a Tejano in the Mexican military, that sort of thing. I could also pair it with an exit ticket, naming some famous Native Americans from Texas back in the day, or naming the leader of the Republic of Texas Army, that sort of thing. Thank you.